on Thursday as the West Indies batting collapsed dramatically as they chased down the 190 made by Australia in the final T20 in Brisbane, Australia. We heavily criticized the West Indies performance of those players who were giving their wicket away cheaply. Now, I made mention of one player that I thought should have been there, Natasha McLean of Jamaica. There were some others who made mention of two other players. That's the Knight sisters from Barbados, Casey Knight and I think Kishona Knight. Now, at first, I was reluctant to state my position on these two players. However, because of the persistency of a number of persons in the chat, I bowed to this persistency and said that they should be there, without knowing the numbers. As usual, I have to do quality control of the videos that I produce. And so, after the match, I went ahead and did the quality controls. I'm going to tell you what I found out just in a bit. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. This is the Cricket Forum. At this time, I would like to extend condolences to the friends and family of Gibbs Williams, the West Indies under-19 manager that went to Sri Lanka with the under-19 boys. Yesterday, he succumbed to some gunshot wounds that he received after leaving a medical facility in Portmore. I sympathize with the family and friends of Mr. Gibbs Williams. May his soul rest in peace. So I went ahead and did my research. And it is startling. One of the things that I found out which was most troubling to me, it was the number one thing, is that except for Stephanie Taylor, Ailey Matthews, and Deandra Dottin, and by the way, Deandra Dottin is 32 years old, no other West Indies batswoman average above 20 either in ODI or T20 internationals. The closest is Rashada Williams, who averages 19 plus in ODIs. It was shocking. And I can understand Cricket West Indies trying to blood some youngsters in the team. I look at the record of Kishona Knight, and this is what I found. After playing over 50 matches for the West Indies in T20, her average for the West Indies is 12.13 with a strike rate of 72.22. That's her overall average for the West Indies. In the recently concluded CPL, Kishona Knight average was 4, and her strike rate was 63.15. Looking at the statistics, there's no way that Kishona Knight should have been included in the West Indies squad to tour Australia. And I agree with the selectors for not picking her. When it comes to her twin sister, Casey Knight, both of them are 31 years old. Casey Knight in this year's Women's CPL, she averages 19.25 with a strike rate of 80. For the West Indies overall, she averages 16.68 with a strike rate of 82.74. That statistics, that performance is way below standards. But remember, I told you that no West Indies batswoman, except for the big three, have an average of over 20. Would I have taken Casey Knight to Australia? Yes. Not that I'm satisfied with her performance, but so too are a number of players, including senior players, that are on this tour of Australia who are averaging in the same ballpark. The third person name that came up was Natasha McLean. In this year's CPL, she averages 30 with a strike rate of 149.18. Overall, for the West Indies, she only averages 15.53 with a strike rate of 91.19. But again, it's in the ballpark of all the players in the West Indies squad in Australia, the senior players, except Matthews and Taylor. I don't understand why in such a rich vein of form, McLean was not taken to Australia. I said these things, not that I am pulling my support from the squad in Australia. No, I just say these things as a quality control for some of the information that was spoken or that was placed in the chat on Thursday morning. I would not have carried Kishona Knight. That performance as a 31-year-old, I'm always going to carry someone like Zayda James, who was averaging for the West Indies at the time 11.5, and she's 18 years old. So if I have to choose between a 31-year-old who is averaging 12.13 and an 18-year-old who is averaging 11.5, I will always go with the 18-year-old. And so that is my position. Now, as we look forward to the match starting this evening at 6:45 in Jamaica, 7:45 in the Eastern Caribbean, we at this time do not know the fitness level of our captain, Ailey Matthews. Speaking after the match on Thursday, she said, so maybe a little strain, but we are going to assess it, have a better picture of what's going on. Hopefully, it is nothing too serious, and I'm all ready to go in the first game of the ODI series. So we are sweating on the fitness of our captain. As you saw on the thumbnail, I put Australia versus Ailey Matthews. For clearly, without Ailey Matthews, this team will be chalk and cheese for the Australian. Now, in picking my 11 for the match, this is the 11 that I came up with. Barring that Matthews is fit, I will go ahead and open with her and Zayda James. Zayda James came in for a lot of criticism on Thursday. There's no doubt about that. Are we satisfied with the performance of Zayda James? No. But looking at the squad in Australia, we are going to put him to open the innings, and we are going to wish her best of luck, and we are going to support her 100% and hope she does well. We must support the 11 that is taking the field tomorrow, tonight, 6:45 p.m. Jamaica time. At number 3 is Stephanie Taylor. Stephanie Taylor in ODI cricket average is 44. I never realized it until I did the research. That's outstanding. Except for Shea Hope, there's no other West Indies batter, either male or female, that is averaging 44 in ODI cricket. That is how good Stephanie Taylor has been performing for the West Indies over the years. And mark you, in probably her last 10 matches, she has been scratching around because of injury. That means that average would have been coming down. So maybe a year ago or two, it would have probably been 50. I did not realize that her average was so high. Shermaine Camber and Rashada Williams will bat at 4 or 5, with Server 1 batting at 4 or 5. I will also bring in the young Joseph. Joseph have not played an ODI match for the West Indies as yet. In the few T20 internationals that she have played for the West Indies, she's averaging 4. But again, let us support these ladies. For we have to do something to blood young cricketers. And let me say this. We worried about the support, the continued support from the ICC to Cricket West Indies. And we look at the male team. But one of the criteria to remain a full member of the ICC is that you have a female program, a vibrant female program. When we look at the cupboard in the Caribbean and look at the players in the Caribbean, we are in serious trouble with the female team. And so investment must be continued to pour in the female team. And to the credit of Cricket West Indies, over the past 2 years, they have invested a lot in our women team. But we cannot slack up, because as I said, without a vibrant women program, we will cease to be a full member of the ICC. And then the expected $3.9 million US dollars per month that we expect to get starting January next year. Maybe in a few years' time, that money will dry up if we don't have a vibrant female program. And that's why programs like the one I do, where I go around to school and introduce cricket to basic school children, are very important. And I always call upon you in this wonderful community to support the program. I continue to put the links in the video description. It is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and it is in the live chat. Please support the Cricket Forum effort to introduce cricket to our basic school children. So I'll have Joseph in the team, Chanel Henry, Alia Alain, and I will bring in Ashmin Munisar, the right arm off spinner, well, the off spinner all-rounder, who is the under-19 captain from Guyana. I will put her in the team. She has bowled well in the few matches that she has played so far for the West Indies. In her 3 T20 international matches that she has played, she has been conceding less than 5 runs per over. And maybe she should have been one of the bowlers in the recently concluded T20 series against Australia. For conceding less than 5 runs per over in T20 internationals, I wonder why she was left out of the playing 11. I'm dropping Afle Fletcher and I'm dropping Ghaznabi from the team. So that would be my playing 11. We really don't hope that Aileen Matthews will be fit. My objective for this match is not necessarily to win the match, but to hope that the West Indies bat out the 50 overs. I'll be satisfied with us doing just that. I expect Australia to go into the match with this team. They will go in again with Ely and Beth Mooney, Taylor McGrath, so the top 6 will remain the same. The one change that I expect to be made from Thursday until now is that Weeram will give way to Alana King, who I think is a better leg spinner in the team. So I'll definitely go in with Alana King. Now the match will be played at Brisbane at the Allan Border Oval. The temperature, it is expected to be mostly cloudy tomorrow. And there will be about a 21 degrees Celsius. That means it will be a little chill. It will be a day match. It will be a day match. That's why it is starting in the evening in Jamaica. The precipitation will just be about 12%, and there will be a wind. It is not a mild wind, but you still want to say it's a strong wind, but it will be in the medium range of about 12 kilometers per hour, and there will be a humidity of 52. So we really hope that the West Indies will bat out the 50 overs tomorrow. The West Indies Cricket Academy squad have been named for the upcoming Regional Super 50 tournament. And once again, Naeem Young will captain that team. This squad was released, I think, on Thursday. So most of you would probably have seen it already, but I'm ensuring that I present it here so those who have not seen it. So that's the squad: Naeem Young, Akeem Agusti, Joshua and Teddy Bishop, Carlton Bowen Tuckett, McKinley Clark is there, Matthew Ford, Ashmin Ned, Kelvin Pittman, Kevin Wickham, Leonardo Julian, Joanne Lane, Kimani Melius, and Matthew Nandu. Now, there are two names that I never saw there, and I question why they are not there. Looking at the parallel between this academy team and someone like Joseph and Zayda James, those two youngsters that are in Australia. And I look at it and I said, after the performance of Jordan Johnson in the recently concluded West Indies tour of Sri Lanka, why is Jordan Johnson not in this squad? And I only hope the reason why he's not in this squad is a reflection that he's in the Jamaica Scorpion squad. The same should be said for the 16-year-old Joel Andrew of the Leewards Island. I hope that he's in the Leewards Island squad. That's why he's not a part of this squad. So those two names came readily to mind: Joel Andrew and Jordan Johnson. Why they are not in the squad? Hopefully, they are in their respective regional squad. The head coach of this squad will be the West Indies head coach, Andre Coley, and he'll be assisted by coach Ryan Griffiths. There will be a week-long camp in Antigua. I think it already started. So that's the situation from the West Indies team, West Indies Academy squad. I wish the team best of luck tomorrow and tonight, and I do hope that we will be able to at least bat out the 50 overs. Steve Russell, my condolences. In the midst of life, there's always death. Yes, indeed, constant condolences. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button. And I'm asking you again, support the Cricket Forum effort to introduce cricket to our basic school and primary school children. The links is in the video description. It is scrolling across the bottom there, and it's also in the video description. So please click on the link and support the Cricket Forum. Have a blessed day, everyone, and we wish West Indies best of luck starting 6:45 p.m. Jamaica time this evening. Have a great day.